scenarios that I've particularly experienced in my clinical practice back at home, and I think they're applicable to all sort of clinical health service situations. So I'm going to play the role of the more senior physician, and I've been working for 7 years, and I have lots of clinical commitments, lots of ward rounds. I do NICS in the afternoons. I'm up late doing my research PhD. Harriet's going to play the role of the intern doctor who's only been working for months. On her first placement, she's been on the ward that whole time, and she's really got all those commitments for her. So you want us to start? Okay. In fact, before we do that, sorry, I have to show you the next slide. What we would like you to do is keep an eye out for the features within the scenario that suggests burnout, and then also think of the risk factors that we will show you that might also suggest burnout. Okay? Hi, Harriet. Yeah. How are you today? Fine. Yeah. I just want this ward round over. I'm really tired. I'm so frustrated. You know, I don't even see why I have to come and do this every day. These patients, they don't get any better anyway, so I really don't see the point. And I'm the only one that does any work around here, by the way, just to let you know that. And nobody's grateful for all the work I do. So I'm just letting you know that. I'm already cross. Let's just get on with it, okay?
Doctor, we have 5 issues to discuss.
5?
Yes.
5?
Yes.
Come on. Okay. 5. Come on.
1. We have a very ill patient, 10 of them.
10, right?
Yes. Unfortunately, they need morphine, but we don't have morphine.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Is that my problem? Harriet, people don't get morphine sometimes they do. Do you think it makes that much difference to the care we provide them? Probably not. You know, we tried this last year. They came to me, they said, "Doctor, we have no morphine, what should we do?" Do you know what? We've been here before, nothing was done. Let's just go. It doesn't matter for the patients, they don't need morphine. Yeah?
We have a 15-year-old
right.
who has a congenital heart disease among the 10 patients.
Okay.
And I feel he needs total palliation.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't write consultations.
Right. So what do you want me to do about it?
To write the consultation document.
So he's 15, and can we do any more for him? Have we done all the medical things we can do? Has he had all the medical management? You should know your patients, Harriet. Well, you see, if we've done all the medical management, then there's no more we can do. And if there's no more we can do for this patient, I'm not interested. I've looked after patients this before. It's very difficult, but you know what? I think we just shouldn't get involved. We should just send him back to the village and be done with it.
Then I also have personal issues.
Your own personal issues? Right.
1, I have a lot of workload. I'm married, have 5 children, and I'm also doing some small issues. And for sure, I don't think I can manage this work. I feel like I should get a leave.
Have you had holiday yet?
Not yet.
Okay. You've been here for 6 months and you haven't had any holiday?
No.
Okay. Is that my problem? Harriet, you should go to your supervisor or something. It's not a problem. You know, I did this. Our work is hard. That's just how it is. We just have to accept that. That's the way that we are on this ward, and that's just how we have to accept it.
I'm not coming tomorrow.
Why not?
I'm not.
Okay, well, you don't come tomorrow. Someone else will come. I might not come tomorrow. Who cares? Can we get on with this ward round now? Come on. Okay. So, that was a very extreme example, and I was very horrible to Harriet. But we might ask Gary to come back and write again, yeah? So, did you notice any features of anybody in that situation that was burnt out? Yeah? Both? What words did you hear? What things, impressions were you given of you can tell me who you think was burnt out? Who do you think was burnt out? Both? Okay. So what things did you see suggested that they were burnt out? Yeah.
The senior said she was tired.
Tired, yeah, very tired.
Then also she was speaking with impatience.
She was giving, hopefully, the impression she was very frustrated and quite angry. And I think she used those words sometimes as well. Yeah.
He can also project away all the responsibilities,
Yeah, so that was you saying that the physician sort of got rid of the responsibility, so they're sort of, that's the lack of responsibility, overburden. Thanks, Gary. Muzzy.
I also wanted to say the same, that whatever came up, that was not the problem with the physician.
Yeah, so they didn't want to know, they weren't interested in the problems, they weren't engaged with the things that they should be engaged with, they really weren't interested. Anything else?
I don't care.
What's that?
I don't care.
Yeah, I really didn't care, did I? Yeah. Mean, the physician was really mean, yeah. There was no compassion there for Harriet, but in whatever situation was the physician quite cutting and quite mean? In relation to the morphine, and also in relation, hopefully it came across in relation to the quite young child who obviously was very sick and had a terminal, had heart failure. Okay, we'll think about that in a minute. Any others? At the back? Yeah. Okay. So I felt very unappreciated, the physician in my role, felt very unappreciated that nobody cared about what they're doing. And the other thing that maybe you heard say was that I'm the only one that comes and does any work here anyway, so thinking that's sort of all on themselves, yeah. Okay, we've got quite a few there. So hopefully some of these, they're all a bit bundled in, but hopefully we tried to pull out those three dimensions. So when we're talking about the emotional exhaustion, thinking about being tired, frustrated, angry, that was examples of that. When we talk about the depersonalization, that's that sort of opinion of I'm the only one here, it's me against the world. That would be examples of that. And then when we think of personal accomplishment or lack of that, we can think of things like them being uninterested in the morphine case, uninterested in the young man. And also that thing about compassion towards that patient. Hopefully you heard me say that actually I'd looked after patients like that before, and they don't get better and I don't want to talk about it. So in that situation, I think I was hopefully showing that I had compassion fatigue in relation to that certain situation. So, risk factors for burnout, quickly. Did you notice any, or from the scenario? Yeah, Sam?
Staff, for example, being junior.
Yes. So we had a junior member of staff, and we know from Sam's bit of the talk that that is a risk factor. Yeah. The workload. Yeah, sort of heavy workload for those people. Any others?
Social circumstances like being married.
Yeah, she did say she was married and lots of children, although I think we said that actually would be protective, right? Yeah, but good point.
Gender role, right?
Gender role.
Having multiple demands.
And she's female. Yeah.
Right.
Any others? Both of them were female, yeah, so they're both at risk, yeah. Poor thing. I haven't got it very good, Harry, have we? Any more? Yeah, so, and that's maybe, so do you think that's a risk factor for the more senior physician or for the junior physician? Yeah, so the junior physician wasn't really having a lot of support. Obviously, she was in an environment that was quite hostile, and in that situation, she probably was quite isolated and wasn't really being looked after by her team. Yeah. Any more? They maybe didn't all come out, but we've got a few there, so yeah. So we've talked about that, and then to go on to the risk factors, they may not have all come out in this scenario, but yes, the young age, the level of experience, the lots of commitments that they had, female, poor control over the rota. She said that she hadn't had any leave for 6 months, so suggesting she was working a lot. Feeling quite isolated on the ward, you may have got that. Missed time off, I don't think we quite included that. And the other thing that we were going to include, but we didn't quite include, was that her family wanted to be very proud of her, and she wanted to do her family proud, and that puts pressure on her. So that's the personal risk factors. In relation to the burnout ones, the lack of resources, we talked about morphine, staff shortages, difficult and challenging cases, and we talked about compassion fatigue. We didn't quite get in that they hadn't been paid on time. We know that we do have a lot of work and administration issues in relation to things. Pressures of other commitments, and the lack of supervision and training for the younger one. So who do we think was burnt out? You said both. probably they both were to an extent, but the idea was actually the physician was more burnt out and it was the junior colleague who was at risk of burnout. Okay? And as Sam said, some things we can't modify, but some things we can. And I think the whole point of what we're trying to do in safety today is that to have an awareness of these risk factors and just to keep them in mind for your own professional and personal development and status while you're at work, really. Okay, so I think I've finished there. I'll hand over to Harriet, who's going to talk to us a bit about burnout and its relation to stress.